Good morning, bonjour à tous, à toutes, bon dia a tothom. It is with great pleasure that I will introduce now the first speaker of today. She's Diana Riba Iginé, member of the European Parliament and currently the Vice Chair of the Culture Committee of the European Parliament. Diana Riba has extensive experience in the cultural management and in the book sector. And she was one of the rapporteurs of the Frankowski report on the future of the book sector in Europe. She will, in fact, address the translation, the literary translation as part of the future of the book sector in Europe. Let me welcome her. Bon dia, Diana.
Ara bon dia a tothom. Sentiu bé?
Bon dia, yeah.
Okay.
Diana is in Brussels, so she will give her speech from there. Bon dia, Diana, quan vulguis.
Okay, thank you. Moltes gràcies. It's a pleasure to be here today and to start listening Catalan words. Thank you very much for that. And especially as someone who spent over a decade as a bookshop owner before stepping into a world of politics. So when it comes of the book sector, let's just say I know it is inside and out, from unpacking boxes to navigating the changing market trends. Now, as a vice chair of the Culture Committee, I'm excited to be working on the issues that is shaping sector, which is so vital in the Europe cultural landscape. So the topic of literary translation is central, not just to the literary community, but to European culture as a whole, because its implications for the future of the book sector and the challenges and opportunities ahead of us. And more importantly, what we as European institutions can do to support a sector that is vital for culture. The European Union is quite a unique universe of cultures, language, and histories. Literary translation in particular is a cornerstone of this. It opens doors between cultures, allowing the thoughts, ideas, and histories of one language to enrich and inspire people in other. Literary translation is more than just a technical process. It is an art that preserves nuance, voice, and intent. It bridges cultural divides, creates empathy, and fosters a shared European identity. As such, it is a crucial part of our democratic values, promoting diversity and inclusion across borders. However, despite its importance, the sector faces significant challenges. And it is in this context that the European Parliament in 2024 report addressed to the book sector with remarkable foresight and clarity. The European Parliament adoption in this 2024, the report on the book sector, and is a landmark moment. For the first time, as a Parliament, we recognize the challenges faced by authors, publishers, translations, and booksellers in a rapidly changing digital landscape. The report rightly highlights the fragmented nature of the European book market, with different national markets operation under various regulations, making it difficult for literary works to move freely across borders. It points to struggles faced by smaller publishers and independent booksellers who are competing with global giants. And it underscores the pressure translators are under, not only in terms of fair remunerations, but also in maintaining the quality of their craft amid tight deadlines and limited support. The report also addressed multilingualism as one of the cornerstones of European identity, fostering cultural diversity and cross-border understanding. However, we must take seriously the growing gap between English and all the other languages, particularly in the book sector. Recent statistics show that English dominates the global literary market, accounting for approximately 60% of all published books and nearly 80% of digital contents. In the realm of terms of translation, over 60% of the translations in the European Union are from English into the other languages, whilst less than the 10% of the translations are from smaller European languages into English. This imbalance not only restricts the circulation of non-English literary works, but also limits the cultural richness accessible to readers globally. Addressing this gap is essential if we are to uphold the values of multilingualism and ensure that the European languages, especially those less widely spoken, have equal visibility and representation in the literary world. But perhaps most importantly, the report acknowledges the cultural significance of the book sector as part of the European shared heritage. It is not just an economic asset, but a cultural one integral to our culture. In addressing these challenges, the European Parliament was taking a first step towards a shared vision of the sector. Looking ahead, the challenges facing to the book sector are not easy, particularly with the rise of artificial intelligence and digital technologies. The future commissioner, especially the commissioner in charge of cult, as outlined in this mission letter, will play a role in shaping how we navigate these challenges, particularly through the development of the European Union framework for artificial intelligence specific for the cultural sector. Artificial intelligence is already making its presence felt in literary translation and the broader book industry. While artificial intelligence tools can assist in the translation process, improving efficiency and accessibility, they cannot replace the human touch, especially in literature, when meaning and emotion are as important as accuracy. The key will be striking a balance between embracing technological advancements and preserving the artistic integrity of literary works and the crucial role of the translation. Moreover, the shift towards digital formats accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic is reshaping how books are consumed. E-books, audiobooks, and digital platforms are growing in popularity, but they also introduce questions about fair compensation for authors, translations, and publishers. The digital transformation must be managed carefully to ensure that creators and cultural workers are not left behind. In addition to this digitalization, we must continue to address the persistent fragmentation of the European books market. While the diversity of language and cultures is one of the Europeans' greatest strengths, it also process of challenging in terms of market access and the distribution of translated works. A stronger, more integrated approach of the European Union level will be necessary to ensure that literary works can travel freely across borders, enriching the entire continent. As we look to the future, there is much work ahead. The European Commission, along with the Parliament, will need to continue supporting initiatives that bolster literary translation, including grants programs, training, and fair remunerations for translators. The future of the European Union framework for artificial intelligence in the cultural sector must be developed with care, ensuring that technology complements human creativity rather than undermines it. The new Commissioner of Culture's mission to create a comprehensive framework for artificial intelligence in the cultural sector will require thoughtful collaboration with all the stakeholders to ensure that we protect the richness of European culture. And in that regard, I encourage you to be proactive and to lobby European Union institutions and representatives. We will also need to address the economic challenges facing the book sector. Small publishers, independent bookstores, and emerging authors need more support to thrive in an increasingly digital world. Measures to reduce market fragmentation and enhance the circulation of the book across borders are essential, and we must build upon the progress already made. But above all, we must not lose sight of the cultural value at the head of this sector. The book industry is not just about profits or technology innovation. It is about storytelling, cultural exchange, and the shared human experience. To finish, I would like to emphasize that while the challenges are real, the future of the literary translation and the book sector in Europe is full of potential. The European Parliament in 2024 report was laid the groundwork for putting the sector in the European Union agenda, and with a cooperation with the new Commission, we can address the challenges posed by the artificial intelligence, digitalization, and the market fragmentation. Let us seize this moment to reaffirm our commitment to put at the center of the author and translator who bring words to life, and the readers who connect with those words across languages and borders. It will be a shared effort to ensure that European literary heritage not only survives, but advances in the digital age. Thank you very much, all of you.
Moltes gràcies, Diana. Thank you very much for your speech. I think we heard very nice music about cultural heritage and fostering the interchange of literary translations all across Europe and between all languages, and also some of the future future issues that we will have to address probably in the next panel about artificial intelligence also. But we also heard that we have to be proactive lobbying for our for better working conditions, for example, and I have no doubt that we will. So thank you very much, Diana. Moltes gràcies. And I will now give floor to our host.